Meat will always be the most expensive thing on your plate, but get your head around a few cheap cuts and you'll definitely be able to impress for less. Perfect for my piri pork.
This is where we start, guys, a beautiful pork belly. Absolutely brilliant, gorgeous flavour. So this is a really good value cut to use. Really simple to make it gorgeous, but you've got to know how.
First up, a bit of scoring. This is your route to lovely crackling. With a sharp knife, just go through the fat, but not the meat. And to max up the crunch and flavour, go in a crisscross fashion to guarantee the joint bastes as it roasts.
Now, let's talk about flavour. I'm going to use a herb which I'm quite passionate about, bay leaves.
To turn it into an oil, rip out the woody stems, add a pinch of salt, then pound those leaves. And muddle in a tablespoon of olive oil.
And slush it about.
Piri is all about those different layers of heat, so this spice story unfolds with a teaspoon of smoked paprika.
You know already that this dish is going to have attitude. So let's get those spices and just rub it into all those cracks and crannies. Give it a really good massage. Get the flavour right into it. Look at these hands. Look at that, okay? And there's not a part of that pork that hasn't been kissed and touched with that beautiful bay oil and smoked paprika.
And still with those saucy hands, go in with a couple of de-seeded red chilies, along with 2 chopped red onions, a sweet potato and 4 cloves of garlic. Give the veg a good muddle up in that oil and sit the joint on top.
So we're going to now cook this beautiful pork in a hot oven. So we're going to go in at 200 degrees Celsius, which is about 400 Fahrenheit, for 45 minutes. This is what it looks like when it comes out the oven. You can see the crackling starting to sort of get funky now, which is good. We like that. And now we're going to start making and building that piri sauce. We've got all these lovely gnarly bits here. That's all the gorgeous sweetness coming out of the onions and the sweet potato, right? That's going to go into your beautiful sauce. It's going to be like the most amazing sort of stock cube.
Add a tablespoon of red wine vinegar, a jar of passata, and a splash of water.
All that lovely goodness from the pork, that's all going to go into that sauce.
Then it's time to move attention from the crackling to the meat. Back into the oven it goes, this time low and slow for about 90 minutes, until the joint is meltingly tender. 20 minutes before the end, crank up the flavour with a final hit of rosemary. Give it some heat, then give it some love.
That's what we're after. See how this meat, if I pull it, just falls away from the bone.
So invest in those cheaper cuts. Give them a bit of TLC and I promise they won't let you down. Serve with rice and a chopped salad and it's very, very tasty.